Welcome. I'm here to talk about the Rhododendron and its impact on the Scotland's countryside. In this film, we will explore the fascinating story of this beautiful plant and its destructive impact of the unique ecosystem of the Scottish Highlands. The plant is stunning and was originally brought to Scotland in the 18th century as an ornamental shrub. However, over time, it has spread rapidly and became an invasive species, threatening the fragile balance of the Scottish countryside. Through interviews with experts, stunning footage of the Scottish Highlands, and captivating visuals of the rhododendron itself, we'll delve into the complex web of factors that have allowed this plant to thrive and how it is negatively impacting the native flora and fauna of the region. We will also explore the efforts being made to combat the spread of this plant and restore the natural balance of the forest. Join us on this journey as we discover the fascinating story of the rhododendron and its impact on Scotland's unique and precious ecosystem.
I'm John Taylor. I'm the Environment Advisor and Rainforest Lead for Forest and Land Scotland and West Region. The rhododendron on the west coast of Scotland was mainly planted by kind of the big estates, big houses, as part of their landscape gardening, and spread out from there into the wider countryside. And then it flowers freely and produces seed, and is just followed on from there, spread out across the countryside. The west coast of Scotland, especially with its high rainfall and acidic soils, are just ideal growing climate for them, and they've got no natural predators, as it were. Nothing grazes on them, so they're not set back by that, which other native species are, with deer grazing on them. So there's nothing to put them in check, really. I guess the fact that they're just they are so invasive. They look beautiful, especially kind of this time of year onwards when they're just coming into flowers. They've got amazing flowers on them, but it's the impact that they have on the woodland. They swamp the native ground flora. There's very little benefit to them. Even the pollen can be toxic to bees. So yeah, there's, other than visual, there's no benefit to them, and a huge pile of negatives. I guess the public can help by not planting Rhododendron ponticum, and if they were happy to do so in their gardens, to take that out, so it's removing another seed source. But I think the major thing is other landowners like ourselves getting together and working collaboratively and taking out the big infestations, because that's where the main ones are. I guess just that the Alliance for Scotland's Rainforest, which FLS are members of, along with a number of other organisations, are hopefully on the cusp of something big in terms of bringing together that collaborative effort. Forestry Land Scotland have been controlling rhododendron for 15 years plus, but we can only operate on our own ground up till now. So it's just that collaborative approach, getting neighbouring landowners on board, and taking out multiple seed sources that will kind of roll up the carpet of rhododendron, and restore the Scottish rainforest to what it should be. On a site like this has been sprayed just with a knapsack sprayer with a glyphosate mixture, and you come and spray the whole bush, make sure you get good coverage over all the leaves, and it's a herbicide that's then translocated throughout the plants. It takes it down into the root, and that kills off the plant. So you can see a couple here that have been treated and successfully died, and one in here as well. And then the surrounding kind of native vegetation. A broad spectrum herbicide, so it will kill off any plants it touches, basically. So that's why you're seeing, you kind of get with foliar spray, you kind of do get a bit of a dead zone immediately around plants that have been sprayed. So if it's just a single rhododendron plant, it's a relatively small area, but here, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rhododendron plants that have been sprayed, that's why you see in this area of it's predominantly moss and leaf litter, because that's what survived. Yeah, so we're moving on to stem injection, whereby you just take a normal drill, drill a hole in the stem, or a number of holes. It depends on the diameter of the stem. A bigger stem needs more holes drilling in it, and then once the hole's been drilled, you just spray the glyphosate herbicide into the hole. So then that's all contained within the hole. It's taken down into the plant in the same way, but without the negative effects on the surrounding ground flora. It's really good for kind of scattering individual bushes like this. Bit trickier with the really dense stuff that we saw earlier, because you kind of need to cut that and burn it to clear your feet and be able to get in amongst it, and also for safety. So there's different methods depending on the type of rhododendron that you're tackling.
The rhododendron forests aren't just ecologically dead zones, they're home to many number of animals, such as this common shrew. And that's all the time we have here for today. Thanks so much for watching my documentary. I hope it made you at least a little bit more aware of this plant and its history, and how it affects everyday life in the Scottish Highlands.